that quick innocent email you just sent for work while you were on holidays might have completely ruined your holiday. Let me explain. My name is Nika, and as a certified mental coach, I'm here to help people grow personally and professionally using neuroscience hacks. The majority of people watching right now are either on summer holidays or they are planning to go on holidays, but there's something really important I would like to share with you before going on holidays, or if you're already on your summer vacation. Let me start with an example. When we go to the gym and we train a specific part of the body, a muscle group, we know, and also because of the pain, we feel that we need to give this muscle group some rest days, in order for the muscle to recover and to grow better, right? The exact same process goes for the brain. Our prefrontal cortex in particular needs some time to recover because it's the CEO of the brain, as I call it. It does all the heavy lifting at work, it does the logical thinking, it does the decision making, the stress management, problem analysis, everything goes. The thinking brain part of the brain needs some rest because during the entire year it's working, it's putting all that effort, and while you're on holidays, you really need some time to recover. Some studies have shown that your brain needs up to 3 days of complete disconnection from work, from these responsibilities that it normally has, in order to start to rest fully. And this is something that your brain really needs. But what happens when you answer this innocent email or a quick check-in at work? It unfortunately restarts this process all over again. So every time you open this email or you just a quick check-in, it's not as simple as that. In other words, your brain doesn't multitask when it comes to this part. It actually switches from modes, it switches from holiday mode to work mode, even after a simple tiny message that has to do with work. This means your body is on holidays, but your brain is at work. You're back to thinking in problem solving, stress management, all of that, while your feet are in the sand. You're holding a cocktail, but you're still thinking about work, even if you don't want to, even if you're not conscious about it. Let me give you an example of what happened to me. Sometimes examples really help to understand, although this is no rocket science, but I'm just sharing my experience. I was working, it's around 10 years ago, I was working as a project manager, and I handed in my first solo proposal. It was a proposal for a legal project, and I wrote a proposal and I was waiting for the result to arrive and to see if I got the project or not. And I handed in my proposal, and the next day I was on a flight to my holiday destination. So I remember clearly, even if it's like 10 years ago, in the plane, I was really thinking about it because I was reminiscing about, I should have wrote that phrase differently, or I should have done this and that. We all do that. It's no big deal. But I remember the moment I entered the beach, because I love the beach, and when the moment I was there and the good weather and all of that, I kind of let go of that thinking, and unconsciously I wasn't really paying attention to work anymore, and I was not actively thinking about it, at least. So while I was enjoying my holidays, I received a call from my colleagues. Knowing this right now, I would not have answered the call, but back then I was new at this job and I just took the phone. And first they told me that I didn't get the proposal, and then they said they were kidding, they wanted to fool around, and then they said, like, we're proud of you, congratulations, you got the project. And of course I was happy because it was my first solo project. It was a big achievement for me. But to be very honest, the entire day, I would say, I don't remember exactly how long, but I can tell you definitely I was not fully there anymore. I wasn't really enjoying. I mean, I was enjoying it. That didn't ruin my holiday because it was good news. But first of all, imagine if it was bad news. It would have really ruined a part of my holidays. But even even the good news, I can, as I said in the example right now, it brings you back in work mode, because I was still reminiscing about some parts of the proposal that I wrote. Like, what would they think about this part? What did they think about that part? I was just back to thinking mode, back to business mode. So to give back to our brain for all the work that it does for us, for all the help that we get from our prefrontal cortex, we can do some things to help it rest and recover. Among them are deep sleep, which is given to some and not to others. Spend time in the nature. If you're on holiday, it's a little bit more easy to do. Avoid screens as much as you can. Play, rest, move, do sports, laugh, do whatever you normally don't do, or whatever you enjoy doing anyway. And most importantly, disconnect fully from your work, from your responsibilities that you can disconnect from. I mean, don't disconnect from your parental responsibilities, because that doesn't work, but from the things that you can disconnect, please disconnect from them. As I said, a simple 2-second just checking in email can completely interrupt this process of resting and recovering of your prefrontal cortex. I would like to finish with this. Rest as if your health, your creativity, and even your future depends on it, because it actually does. If you found this helpful, please send it to someone that is going on holidays or is on holidays, and let me know how your holiday goes. Have fun. Bye bye.